Hey, what's up, my people? Hope and trust that all is going good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Today is Saturday, the 23rd day of May, 2024, and the time right now is 10:24 a.m. I've been following the information that is now being made public. What's coming public now, coming out of state insurance. And while many might be surprised, I have been saying this to the public for years. But that's another story. Those of us who work there, persons who were there after I was there, we know, we know what goes on, and we have been trying to, have those who have the authority to act. But sometimes, not happen until the Lord say it's supposed to happen, so maybe now is the time. Some years ago, it was some years ago, a colleague of mine, I'm gonna use colleague because sometimes I don't know how people do things. Billion Benjamin. That's his right name, I gather. He used to work at Social Security. I know we used to call him Billy Benjamin. But I was told some time ago that his name was Billion Benjamin. Some years ago, he told me, comrade, I was a part of a meeting. I was at a meeting, and them say that you're back too straight. I said, what? They say that you're back too straight. We were up at the basketball um court up at by Clayview there, Wireless Road, Old Palm Road, intersection of Old Palm Road and Wireless Road, right by Clayview there. We were up there. 'Cause we used to play ball and Billy had a nice little game. As a matter of fact, we formed a team at time. So yeah, we were there, maybe just training around. And he said, boy, I was at a meeting and comrade they say back too straight. you know. And I smiled and I told him, well, King, that's just who I am. That's just who I am. And if you know my father, I mean, they get a wrong, me didn't get a wrong father. Like how some, at least one comrade I know get a wrong child. Me didn't get a wrong father. If you know my father, you will have an idea as to why I am, how I am, and who I am. Billy is still alive, I believe. I haven't seen him in a while, but Billy is still alive. And if he if what I'm saying here I'm lying on him, he can come public and tell me I'm lying to him. Yeah, about two straight. I lasted as president of the Dredger softball club for about 13 days, between 9 and 13 days, somewhere between there. And it was a laugh around cricket. Boy, beef are the shortest president ever, etc., etc., etc. But if you know me, when it comes to doing the right, I don't get flustered. People can't intimidate me. You know. I remember being at the meeting of the club judges, and person who I consider to be an idiot. I don't know how then they have people who work for them and that kind of stuff, but that's another story. He said to me, "You don't compromise, and so." And I said to him, "I don't compromise when I'm right. I don't compromise when I'm right." And ask ask them at the club now. Where I was 1 year before them, that's where they are. But that too is another story. You see, in this country, a lot of people go along to get along. Well, I'm not in a boat. Mm-mm. I'm not in a boat. I don't go along to get along. I believe in the Almighty God, and I know that He will keep me and that He will always provide for me. That's the faith that I live with. So um, I don't go along, to get along. That's not me, you know. Um, Audley Dave Joseph. You can throw it Audley. You can throw it to Dave. But you see the Joseph, we need to play with that. We need to play with the Joseph tall. Because I know what I'm living for in relation to the Joseph. And I'm trying to pass that on to the younger members of the family. What it's like to be a Joseph, as my friend Alva would say. There's two kind of people, Joseph and those who want to be like Joseph. You know what I mean? Yeah. See that name Joseph, the last name Joseph? Very, very, very important. And I have a duty to live up to that name. Live up to the name until I die. Many a times it has kept me out of trouble. Going down a certain road, and I reflect and say, Dave, boy, you know what I'm gonna say? Uh-uh. It has kept me on the straight and narrow thus far. And I know it will keep me as I go down the line. So more is going to come out at State Insurance. I know I've been saying it. We know, those of us who work there, we have been saying it. More is going to come out at State Insurance. I just wondered to myself whether or not Gaston have the kahunas, balls, to investigate the place. I suspect that he will find that the medical benefits, what came out of the medical benefits inquiry years ago, I suspect that he will find that medical benefits not have nothing state insurance. Medical benefits not have nothing on state insurance. I put up a post and where is it? I put up a post and talking about investigating, you know. Maybe Gaston might want to find out how much was paid to the employee whose job was given away when he was on vacation. You know? Maybe he might want to find out that. Maybe he might also want to find out how much money was paid to the supervisors when all the supervisors was made redundant. As a matter of fact, I think that matter is still active in certain regards. You might want to find out how much they had to pay them when they made all the supervisors redundant. You may want to find out how much the members of the board got for a bonus. And that is the first in the history of state insurance, I can tell you that. Board members argue for bonus. Right? And remember now, let me leave that at that for now. He might also want to find out what board members are getting for the what they're paying, I should say, for their premium in relation to property or properties, and whether or not some might be paying the under construction rate as the rate for the property. I'll wait to hear if the investigation goes on because I have information in the clouds. So I can't come here again. I have information of a particular property and what is being paid for the premium. Maybe also Gaston may want to find out if board members and their families and or other cronies of board members, whether they have or they're still enjoying any contractual arrangement with state insurance. Maybe you can start in the cleaning industry and start investigating and see if anything pops up. But every time I talk of state insurance, I must think of this engineer who said to me, boy, that guy is a real cocoa hole. Well, I guess this is what happens when cocoa holes are put in place to run a multi-million-dollar organization. I guess this is what happens. That is what I'm seeing anyway. I'm seeing the travesty in it. I don't know what you're seeing. you know. So let's wait and watch and see as we go down the road. Let's wait and watch and see as we go down the road. Where this leads us, you know. And as for me, I'm going to stay with my straight back because my name is worth more than any money anybody can dangle in front of me. Joseph name, worth more than that. Worth more than that. But Billy, I hope and trust that you're good. And I want to thank you to have shared that information with me because it let me, it reminded me at the time that I'm on the right path. And I think I remain on the right path today. I think I remain on the right path today. You know, your name, very important. Don't compromise your name, people, for money. Don't compromise your name for money. I hear some of them talking about, oh, that, well, them they say then daughter, but me none of them daughter, the stepdaughter, have this and have that and have that. Was a poor fool. She don't fool yourself about daughter. And even I get on jacket. Well, a family member told me that he knew. He get on jacket, but I don't understand the psychology there. But that's another story. I digressed. People, have a nice day. Keep safe. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy Whit Monday when it comes around. I think they normally have a Juve around Liberta side, St. Paul side. Please keep away from the violence. People, just go and enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself and just have fun. Barbuda think is having their Juve on Monday also. Big up yourself, Barbuda. Have a nice weekend, everybody. Bless up.